Hey, I'm Chase, and this is All Things Random, and today we're talking about another micro brand to consider, a micro brand for car guys, and that is Rec. Now, when I first started my channel, I used to do a small series called Micro Brands to Consider. I came across this watch brand last year and I wanted to do a video. It just kind of fell along the wayside. Now, I started looking into the watches and some of them are really cool. They have a lot of nostalgia, a lot of unique qualities. Some downsides, some upsides. The price is a big downside, but if you're an enthusiast, this watch company may be for you. Let's hop into it. Rec Watches' ambition is to transform the passions of petrol heads into truly unique timepieces. Every single Rec Watch timepiece incorporates salvaged, recycled, and iconic parts from vehicles, a concept which they named Recover, Recycle, Reclaim, or just Rec for short. Now, the first watch on the list is going to be the Rec 901 RS Automatic Limited Edition. Now, the dial of the 901 RS is cut directly from a 1973 Porsche 911 Carrera RS 2.7. Now, the Porsche 911 Carrera was the first top generation 911 marked for production widely offered to the public. Only 1,580 were ever produced, but as a car that is still considered by many Porsche enthusiasts to be the finest 911, prices are still around the highest they've ever been. The highest I've seen was $1.4 million. Now, Rec managed to find parts from one of these legendary Porsche Carreras, and guess what? They made their watch. Now, let's talk a little bit about the watch. The watch has a stainless steel PVD coated case measuring at 44 millimeters in diameter, a height of 13 millimeters, and a weight of 212 grams. The features are 3 hands with a day, date, month complication, as well as a power reserve complication. Now, this is a skeletonized watch, so it's not for everybody. However, I think it's really cool with chrome and yellow printed second hands and indices. The movement itself is a Miyota caliber 9100 with a decorated dial. Now, here is where I think they really missed out on their pricing. Now, with a Miyota movement and a watch costing just under $2,000, I think you'd be guaranteed a Swiss movement. Just my thoughts. Now, the bracelet itself is 24 millimeters wide and has a nice stainless steel bracelet that follows the soft lines of the 901 case. Now, the dial itself is handcrafted and recycled from a 1973 Porsche 911, and each one is coated with a gray semi-transparent lacquer, ensuring that the patina does not go and spread to other parts of the watch. Truly beautiful and iconic. Now, the next watch on the list is the Rec P51-02 Automatic Silver Brown Limited Edition. Now, with the P51, literally every scratch tells a story. The P51 is handcrafted from salvaged and recycled classic 1960s Ford Mustangs. The dial is cut directly from the classic salvaged Mustang, meaning every single timepiece is visibly unique and is born with a story. Your P51 timepiece comes with a scannable story card. Now, what you do is you scan a NFC or QR compatible code, and it takes you directly to a video documenting the stories, anecdotes, and origin of the specific car in which your watch was made. Now, the watch itself is housed in a stainless steel case measuring at 44 millimeters squared, a case thickness of 10.8 millimeters, and a strap width of 24 millimeters. This is pretty light, weighing in at 125 grams, but also has a Miyota 9130 movement. Now, these only have a function of the 3 hands with a date and a 48-hour power reserve with a power reserve gauge. Now, one of the downfalls, again, is the fact, though it may have a Miyota automatic movement, this watch comes in at just under $1,500, which I feel is a bit pricey, even though it has a nostalgia and a unique authenticity behind it. And finally, the third watch and cheapest on this list, coming in at just under $400, the Rec Mark I M2 Black Silver. Now, the Mark I collection is inspired by the classic elliptical dashboard of the Mark I and Mark II minis, with dials made directly from salvaged chassis parts of this iconic car. Each watch comes with a story card, like the Mustangs, telling you the story of the car that has now become your watch. Today, the Classic Mini has in many ways become synonymous with the joyful 60s and was a favorite among both celebrities and the common public. Now let's talk a little bit about the watch. Now the watch is housed in a stainless steel case measuring at 44.3 millimeters in diameter, a thickness of 11.5 millimeters, and a strap width of 22 millimeters. Now this watch is very lightweight, weighing in at 80 grams. The movement in this watch, again, is a quartz movement. It is not an automatic. The TMI VK64 Miyota movement. The functions of this is a 24-hour and 60-minute chronograph with a battery life lasting you 3 years and a water resistance rating of 50 meters. Now, here are just 3 watches out of their collections. They have many more. These I thought were overall well-rounded, from one end of the spectrum being a race car and the other end being a mini. Now, if you have any other micro brands I should consider, leave a comment down in the comment section below, and I'll take a look and maybe do a video. Now, if you like videos like this, hit that subscribe button down below. Leave a comment of the content you would like to see next. Now, coming up in the future, I do have a lot of watch reviews. I have a lot of electronics reviews, and I have some more underwater gear reviews. So keep a lookout for that. I also have this really cool build coming up that will be released next week when I show you how to build a flag cabinet where you can conceal handguns. Until next time.